Oh, would you look at this? It's Mario Kart!
Oh my goodness.
Hey everybody, this is Milesluigi. Joining me today is...
Wayoshi, of course.
And it's been a long while since I've played Mario Kart. This DLC thing kind of just came out, didn't it?
Well, it did, and then Christmas, final exam. Well, my thesis in particular. Then Christmas, then other stuff. Here we are.
In my case, I'm just an overall busy person. But anyway, I kind of figured it'd be wrong for me with this series where we talk about Mario Kart Online Play to just completely abandon it and not even at least mention the DLC tracks even just a little bit late here. This is actually one of my favorites because this was an excellent track to bring back. Just the Yoshi circuit, it's all curvy and fun, and it's like you're driving on the shape of a Yoshi, and it's so awesome. And the music! Ugh, I love this track so much.
And there I am in the Blue Falcon, one of the best new parts.
Oh, that Blue Fox.
It's the only part that raises both speed and acceleration, so you can do some good new combinations with it.
Yes, you can. Yeah, the Blue Falcon, like if I drove a kart, would definitely be high on my list of vehicles I would go after. But in my case, I definitely don't have an optimized build here, although you could argue it's probably an optimized lightweight build, at the very least. One of the other new vehicles, other than the Blue Falcon, is the Master Cycle. And it's an inside drifting bike that doesn't have the same stats as the other inside drifting bikes. It's actually different,
yes,
holy cow.
It feels different when you do it, yeah. I didn't like it myself, but you can learn it.
You can learn it, and it's faster than the other inside drifting bikes, so it's theoretically the best. Though it does not have that same...
So it's really the handling.
Handling, yes, exactly.
The handling is more noticeable on the inside, that's what I think. And here,
I think because I exclusively drive the bikes, it was easier for me to adapt than if I was going from karts to bikes, and ooh, wow, yeah, I got smoked there. I think it was easier for me to pick it up here, and like it's definitely easier to handle since I'm currently playing as Wendy, which is like a character I'd almost never play as. but I wanted to do something different this night. We played Mario Kart, so I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna be Wendy all night, and we're not even in a frantic room right now. We're just in a normal room.
Now.
Yes, and unfortunately, oh well, that red shell is gone. But I've got one chance to snipe you, and I just kind of didn't shoot my shell. What was I doing?
Yeah, no chance. That's why.
I missed my chance. I had no chance anyway. But that was a very good race for both of us. And I guess
if anyone cares, VR is easier now, but it doesn't really
VR,
matter. But it's there.
It's not atrocious when you're approaching the 10,000. It's like you can actually legitly get to 10,000 and beyond if you race good. Though the people who are still playing Mario Kart Online now, it's kind of boiled down to the people who are playing online are really, really good. And on one hand, it's really cool to race against really good people. On the other hand, it can just be really frustrating at times when you get hit with a lot of things. So
now this course, I remember you telling me you were not looking forward to it, but I think it came out pretty good in this version.
Oh, I think it came out really good in this version.
In 7, it probably felt faster, but because it's a widened track here for 12 players, it feels better.
That's the biggest thing. This track it's so much more wide now, and that really works well. Because I was originally worrying that it'd be a really thin track with just 12 players, and like you'd go bouncing all over the place and fall over the place. And I mean, it is Rainbow Road SNES. Part of this track is it's really easy to fall off of, but it was made just so much bigger and nicer. And yes, I actually really like this iteration of this track. This is probably my favorite iteration of this track, actually. How many times have they brought back this track in a Mario Kart game?
This must be the 4th time or 3rd. I don't know. It was a bit of an interesting choice. People were upset, but I always like this track. So
I do too. And like since they did bring back this track, we now have a Mario Kart game that has a Rainbow Road, a Retro Rainbow Road, and another Retro Rainbow Road. And if you play the Grand Prix, this isn't even the final track actually. So
yeah,
it's like we're breaking all the standards.
That bothered me some, but now I don't really care.
I'll admit, when I first got the DLC, like the first thing I did is like, okay, before I go online, I'm just going to do the 150cc GP for both of them. I have not done mirror mode on these DLC tracks, nor do I ever really want to, admittedly. If the game gave me some kind of reward for doing mirror mode on the DLC tracks, that'd be interesting. Like, it would have been really interesting if you downloaded the DLC. But in order to fully utilize the DLC... Oh, that was a very nice timing for a Crazy 8. Holy cow. I just guaranteed my second place. But like, imagine you download the DLC, and it's like, well, to fully utilize the DLC, you need to be.
I'm surprised there were no
mirror
more
mode.
stamps. They're just like, here's the tracks. You're gonna play them online. That's all you need. Which is true, but could have used a little more.
It could have, although I can understandably understand you download the DLC and you still need to play to unlock things. That probably would have made some people angry, unless it was stamps. Would you believe me when I said
I wouldn't have
haven't gotten all the
I mean,
stamps yet?
I played each track once, whenever at 3:30 a.m. before going online, just to be because like you want to practice this track at least once. Speaking of.
Oh yes, Dragon Driftway. This
will be a special cup track. It's a very nice
oh my
track.
gosh. This track has lots of very tight turns and is very wavy. Just look at that map screen in the corner over there. It just goes very tight turny. And I just got pretty darn wiped out there. But along with the anti-gravity and going all over the dragon, all that fun thing, even though this is a completely unique original track, I'd argue it is probably one of the best, actually. So I'm not doing so hot right now. But also, yes, definitely very difficult. This is a track that, if it was part of the game proper, it would have to be in Special Cup. I couldn't see this track in any other cup.
I was happy to see such a difficult track.
Oh, I was too.
Like Excite Bike Arena is kind of just a crappy mushroom truck. I'll just say it. I don't mind, you know, some. Well, I did kind of mind branching out to other series, but as long as the courses were okay, I would be fine with it. And Hyrule Circuit's okay, but just a little randomized oval. It's kind of an annoying track.
Are you saying you don't want the next Mario Kart game to be Super Nintendo Kart
I never
Melee?
want that. And that could be coming. That's going to bother me a lot. But for now.
It could, because some people have observed that Mario Kart 8 is basically, because you're going upside down and all over the place, Nintendo's like kart racing series. It basically kind of has replaced F-Zero, because we haven't seen an F-Zero game since
They
F-Zero
could be
GX.
testing the waters with this, and we're going to get the Animal
That's true.
Crossing track. And I mean, Mute City is actually a good track on here, so I'm not saying it would be super deaf to the series, but it would bother me.
No, it's not. It would totally change the series, though. If next game, it's like, well, now you can
Like,
play as
I don't know.
Mario,
I don't want like all these Kirby items. What would a Kirby Mario Kart item even be? I don't know. The hammer? I don't know.
That was kind of a crazy finish, because we all just kind of bumped into each other, and I have no clue what happened. But you killed that track. Nice job, Wayoshi. I barely saw you that entire race.
This track's a lot of fun to front run on.
But yeah, I think a Nintendo Kart kind of would sully Mario Kart for what it is for me as well. I do know we have raced on the couple of DLC tracks that I'm not going to show in this video, but it's not part of this video, it would last too long. But here's one of the other new tracks, which is actually a returning track. Gold Mine.
It's just didn't get as crazy redesign as I thought it might, but still good.
It got a good redesign, if you ask me.
Well, I was thinking maybe it'd be more roller coastery in here, but it's kind of kept it mostly the same.
That's true. Come on, go Milesluigi, go. But like this section where it's all like a roller coaster, which is kind of the theme of the place, you thought you'd be like doing loop-de-loops and upside down.
Or even sideways, but here it's pretty much, even though it's anti-gravity, it's pretty much the same. It could have done a little more. That's a nitpick though. Yeah.
All the carts that's running all over the place, you can actually run into them and get a speed boost instead of running into them and kind of crashing. Question for you, Wayoshi. That side path, which was definitely a shortcut in Mario Kart Wii, is that still a shortcut now?
I think with fire hopping, it's not. If you look at the time trials.
Okay.
Even without fire hopping, it's more of a wash somehow. So certainly before it was. Maybe the little physics of going down and up that hill have changed, because it used to be much faster to go. And you put bananas everywhere when you're on a side path.
I've taken that path before, and then I get passed by someone, and I'm like, wait, is this path slower? Wait, really? Okay. I have to also wonder if possibly the kart versus bike thing applies here, because this is a really easy path to take my personal.
I wonder if they
lengthen,
maybe they lengthen the side path a little bit for 12 players, and that's also a factor. I've never really looked.
Possibly.
Ow, I got. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, smacked really around here. But I guess my ultimate thoughts on the Mario Kart DLC. Well, DLC 2 hasn't come out yet, but this DLC 1, very pretty, very fun tracks. I wish I wasn't burnt out on Mario Kart, or I had more time in my life to play them. The good old yada 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 yada. I think the DLC got too much delayed. We have to wait till May.
Maybe, you know, once you play over 100 hours and you've seen every situation, you do feel burned out, even with new tracks. But I'm sure in May there'll be some fun stuff again.
What? Did you see that red shell? What was going on there?
Who knows?
Someone really lagged out there at the end. Someone really lagged out there at the end. What am I doing? What is the AI doing? Oh boy, oh boy. Anyway, that has been another Digressing Mario Kart. I'm just gonna say right now, I guarantee at least one more episode for the second DLC. We might do another in between, depends if Wayoshi and I play again. But otherwise, I hope you guys have enjoyed this series, because it will be coming to an end shortly, if not one more episode.
Yep.
But thank you again for joining me for it, Wayoshi.
I hope everyone enjoyed it too.
See you next time.